Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Rita and Pedro and Daniel. From moving to people who almost convinced me to trust the bank and think positive to, okay? Moving from trust to the person who has taught me to trust nothing and no one ever again, especially not humanity. Chief Chaos Officer at Truesec. But I think I remember that you like human helper hacker?
Yes, hacker helper human.
Hacker helper, the human comes last, okay.
Well, yeah, because have you seen humans lately? It's like...
I have seen humans lately, but never know anyone like you. Jayson to take us all the way to break, and then after break at noon sharp, we will have the last session, the speed talks sessions with Bluevine, Sunbeat, Identic, and PayPal. So don't worry, immediately after the break, we will be meeting again at noon. Jayson, you're the leading help.
I love the fact that they just trust me to plug in something into their computer. What's the worst that could happen? There we go. I'm good. Let's see. There we go. And let's go. Got kittens. You know, we're cooking. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'll do this. Yep. Shalom, meine Shalom. And that concludes 90% of the Hebrew. Ta-da. Okay, now we're at 100. I'm from America. We only speak one language. I'm from Texas. I don't speak it very well. So, but I was told that if you speak it really fast and loud, it makes up. It helps, right? It's like, good. Okay. Thank you for having me here. This is going to be exciting because I just finished the talk slides today, sort of, and I don't know why they formatted this way, but so I'm going to be just as surprised with you with the next slide. So we're just going to keep going and see how it works. So spotting frogs and talking to dogs to improve your information security. Trust me, it'll make sense later. Possibly. It's like, so it'll be good. I'm Jayson Street, Chief Chaos Officer. It's like, and we all know that we're here, so that's great. This is my boring bias, like, you know, supposed to like, you know, my certifications and experience, whatever. It's like, I like riding motorcycles, and I tell people, it's like, when I ride motorcycles, it's like I wear a helmet so I don't die. It's like, and I wear a mask so you don't die. It's like, not afraid of riding motorcycles for COVID. It's just I take precautions. So, but I love riding motorcycles. I love being on the news and teaching reporters when they're wrong. And of course, I was on Fox News when that happened. But it's like, so also I like to, it looks like I like to scream at people, which is actually true. That was at a conference in Finland. And I also like to do weird things in weird places, like jumping out of a perfectly good aircraft for fun. It's like, and also, yes, I've robbed a bank in a lot of places, actually. That was from National Geographic. And I love playing No Man's Sky. Anybody here play No Man's Sky? Woo. Yes, awesome. Great game. Love that. That's the best part about me. I stream it on YouTube, but they don't actually promote my videos very well. But, you know, I'm not blaming anybody. But it's like, but yeah, so I love doing, I love playing No Man's Sky. And we're going to get right into it. This is a horrible picture of me, but most of them are. And here we go. There you go. So what we're going to do here, and this is why we're going to go, we're going to start off right here with like the really good stuff, because this has really not much to do with it, but it's got a small thing to do with it. This is me. Any U.S. Federal people or law enforcement officers in here? Okay. Okay. Just checking. Okay. But it's like I was contracted to rob a state treasury in the United States. It's like, and they're sore losers, like, you know, most of the government people are. No offense, I mean a little bit, but so it's like, so yeah, so they said, because we had popped them already network based, and I showed them that I could probably go in physically and do even more damage. And they're like, well, okay, you could try that, sure, but you can only go in between the hours of 5:30 and 10. I'm like, okay. And you can't talk to any of the employees that are coming out of the building because it's a shared office space and they may not be our employees, so therefore they're out of scope. And I'm like, okay, so I can't say hello to anybody, can't say anything to anyone trying to get into the locked doors after 5:30 for the public facing. You can only go into the public space if you get inside. It's like the lobbying area and stuff. Like, okay, but you can talk to the cleaning crew. It's like, and see if they'll let you in, but only if you hear them in a public space. I'm like, okay. And it's like, and you can't lie to them because they're not our employee. Oh, you mean just like every other attacker does? Of course, exactly. That's how I'll do it. So this is me robbing a state treasury, being 100% honest and truthful to a cleaning person and then letting me in. Here we go. I don't know if the audio is working or not, but if not, I will act like it is. I don't know if this is the censored one or not, and we'll act like it is. Yes. Well, I think you can sort of hear it.
Yeah.
Just turn it up. There we go.
Lights.
There. There we go. And the sound? I know I've already got the sound up, but I just want to.
This is gonna get. No, I put that before.
Oh, here's down here. How many texts does it take to? I mean, it only takes me to screw it up, but it's like my part. That's going up with the screen. Let's go back down. Let's go back down. We're professionals here, people. Okay, it's like. I think that's like the little button sound because it's got okay there. Okay, we'll go with this. Okay.
It's as good as it's gonna get.
Good. That's that's what I usually work with. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back. Oh, you can sort of hear it.
I'm in turning back in suite 190.
Okay, that was the truth. I was at that suite the day before. I was there the day before, so I'm trying to get back into it. I didn't say I was trying to get back to like, right now. I said I was just trying to get back into it. So that is the truth.
Did you let me in real quick? Yeah. Oh, it's 190 downstairs? Could you let me in? I can't get in. It's like I just went to the bathroom and I can have my badge.
I can't get in. It won't let me use a crowbar. And also, it's like I did go to the bathroom. I was there for 2 hours in the public area, okay? I'm on the spectrum of ADHD, dude. Do you know how horrible that was for 2 hours of inactivities? Like, literally, my battery was at 2%, okay? There's only so many Angry Birds you can fling in 2 hours. But also, I did not have my employee badge, and I didn't. I worked at a different job. I was doing subcontracting. I didn't say it was their employee badge. I just said I didn't have my employee badge. So that's also the truth. They hated me after this, by the way. It's like,
Did you try? Thanks, I gotta do one thing real quick.
but that was also true. I'm only doing one thing, trying to destroy their network. It was just one. It was like us. So it's like, once again, truthful.
Work too late.
That is true. I was working late. I'll do this stuff for free, and I think that dorky laugh is endearing. So don't. I got a fragile. Don't respond. Okay, there we go. The longest part of the exploit was this walk right here. Why don't you edit it? And I'm like, because I don't want you to think that I try to make it look different. It's like, this is literally.
Yeah, I don't have to keep it in.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I appreciate it. Thanks. So here we go. It's like, so what I did here, and it's like, I'm gonna try to fast forward a little bit. Let's see. Here. All right. So now I'm on my phone, and this is very important, okay?
Yeah, you got it. Okay, I'm good, thanks.
So why did I say that on the phone? I rob so many people with phones, it's amazing, because I just get on the phone and act like I'm talking to somebody. And as soon as they walk up, I go, oh, no, don't get up. I'll get to your office. Like, someone's here, they'll let me in. It's like, you don't have to come get me. Thanks, I appreciate it. And then they get that validation that, oh, someone else was gonna let them in. I just saved them the trip. It's like, and so that's very helpful. Sometimes I'm just on the phone and it's like I walk in, it's like, it's like, I remember walking to this one place in Boston. It's like, I was in a jacket looking all nice, and it's like, and I had a phone on, and I look like very important, white privilege. It's like, I'm here doing business and stuff, it's like not one person said a thing, and I was able to walk. The only reason why you should have white privilege is to be able to tell everybody how horrible it is. But it's like, so I was like walking in there like all straight, and it's like, and they literally just let me walk in. Not one person questioned me. I mean, okay, until I started stealing their laptops and walking out. But before, when I'm walking in, not one person questioned me. And then here we go. This is what we're gonna see. Boop, and we're in. Okay, so that was bad, right? I was honest, and what was the big key thing was that I looked adorable, and it's like, and I blended in. I looked like not a threat, and that was one of the problems. Like, you see all these insects here, it's like, they're camouflaged, and we train our minds to think, oh, it's like, this is what this is. And the best part about that is one of those is a fraud. Remember the title? It's like, but because it's blended in, we don't take into account to look that closely at things sometimes if it follows a pattern. Oh, here's the fraud right there. That's the fraud. He's a handsome fellow. Don't judge him. It's like, so yeah, so that's the problem. It's like when we see things that are like fitting the pattern of like what we expect in our day-to-day, it's like you are going to get people that are going to be more relaxed in that environment. It's like, and one of the things that I love about traveling and stuff, and going different places, is sometimes I'll get someone who's like, yeah, but I think you would have a more difficult time. It's like with our culture and the way we approach it. I'm like, wrong. One of the biggest society tries to sell you is this whole idea of different, that you are somehow different than some other culture and some other people in another part of the world. That's ridiculous, okay? Because it's human nature. If you've ever, I've been over to 50 countries. I've never met a foreigner. It's like you sit on a street corner in Beijing or Boston or Colombia, it's like Singapore. I've been everywhere. Sit on those street corners and you will see the same exact thing. People taking their kids to school. Shopkeepers opening up their shop. Business people being very business-y and, and rushing to their job. It's like traffic. It's like some are worse than others, especially television. But it's like, it's traffic. And it's like, and you see that, and it's like, in the same thing in the work environment. When you're in that office, you have certain expectations. It doesn't change. I'm from Texas. My culture is significantly different than that of New York or California or Portland, unfortunately. It's like, but it's like, it is. And that's the thing. It's like, that's a small kind of culture. Human nature doesn't change no matter where you are on the planet. It's like we have expectations when we're at work. It's like we're doing our job. We expect that we're safe. We expect that we're secure. We expect that people that are supposed to be there because otherwise, why would they be there? Because they don't really want to be there either. So they didn't expect anybody else to try to come in. But that's why people that do attacks are so easy at doing it when they're not trying to be like, with a shotgun and a ski mask. It's like these two people robbed places without ever seeing a shot, without ever being rude or scary or screaming. This guy literally walked into a Walmart and just picked up a bag of $75,000 that they gave him. Of course, it helped that he looked exactly like the secure driver that was supposed to be there 30 minutes later to pick it up. And it worked. It's like, because that was a really confused delivery driver 30 minutes later who was like wondering where the money was. It's like, but see, that's the whole thing, because we're obsessed with routines and processes. And we put so many security policies in. Oh, we've got so many great security policies in our environment, right? It's like to prevent fraud and all this technology and stuff. I heard all that stuff and didn't laugh at all. It's like a little bit. But the thing is, it's like we go to that and we think that we're going to stop fraud that way, when it really comes to the people who are actually managing these systems. We need to get better at getting our people to understand. It's like, it doesn't matter what the policy is, it's a matter of what the results are. Because we want to try to think that all these security policies are going to help. I don't know what the next slide is. Okay, good, okay. It's like, it was not the one I wanted, but still this works. Okay, so we got to find a delicate balance, okay? It's like, you don't want your cats to be too paranoid. It's like, our employees, it's like, y'all aren't good as cats, I'm sorry. But it's like, we want to get our employees to be just like, not like, oh, I was going to click on those links, but it's like, or open that email, but it looks suspicious. And I'm like, that's why you have 5,000 unread emails, you haven't been to the meetings. Sure. It's like, it's like, that's the problem. It's like, we don't want them to be so paranoid that no work gets done, but we don't want them to be so oblivious that they just, they're like Bob in accounting, who keeps just clicking on anything. Sorry, any Bobs or accounting people, but you know who you are. It's like, and that's the point. You don't want to be that guy, right? It's like, we all get the oblivious cat thing, right? It takes a second to catch it. Where the cat's sitting, and the leopards and the tigers. Okay, there we go. Okay. I want to be funny, people, okay? So here we go. This is going to be one of the simplest things that you can do to increase the security of your company. Be the bad guy. Let your employees, give them permission to blame you for doing something that they have to do for security. You tell your employees that, hey, it's like, we will fire you if you let someone come to your computer and plug in a device into your computer without authorization from IT. We will fire you if you let someone in the office without authorization or without a badge. We will fire you. It's like if you open up a malicious email or a suspicious link without verifying it, out of band, like on a call, or like going to the person and asking them why they sent this email. If it seems suspicious, it's not something that you get every day. It's like, and then we want you to tell anybody that comes up to you and tell them, oh, I would love to let you in the door. It's like, I would love to let you in, but freaking management, man. It's like, they're like looking, they got cameras everywhere. It's like, they're gonna fire me, they'll fire you, and I don't want you to lose your job. You seem like a nice person with those USB drives. It's like, I would love to let you in, but I can't. Freaking management. It's like, but I can walk you to security so they can work it out and help you out, because I want you to be helped out. I'm just not going to be able to do it because I don't want to lose my job because my boss is a jerk, right? It's like, oh, why didn't I open that? I was going to open that email. I'm sorry, I couldn't click on that link and stuff. It's like, I'm going to have to call you or get verification because I'm not allowed to do that, or they're going to fire me. It's like they monitor all that stuff. It's like, oh, I've not heard from IT help desk why you're supposed to be at my desk, and I need to call them because that's the proper procedure. And if they find out that I let you here and I didn't, it's like we could both be in trouble and stuff, because you don't want me to get in trouble. You don't want me to lose my job. So let me call help desk. That actually happened once, and I was ecstatic. That was amazing. One of the best jobs I was ever on is that you got to understand, it's like the only reason why the red team exists is to make the blue team better. And if you got a lot of red teamers with this, toxic masculinity thing of like, I got to go in and beat people in the face and see if they got plans, ridiculous. I want the clients to succeed. I want them to do good. I'm there to validate. I am not your adversary. I'm your advocate. And it's like, and if you're not rooting for them to do good, you suck. So that's the whole point of it. It's like, we need to understand. So I would like really have it. So give them those those weapons. Give them those choices. I see it, I'm just ignoring it. Okay. And the other thing that we do is we need to be able to talk to them. Here's the talking to the dogs part. It's like, because I know y'all were like looking at that title, going like, what is he even talking about? Yeah, I don't know either. It's like, but you've got to be understanding when information security speak, and a lot of geeks speak, it's like, we have insecurities. It's like, it's like I have problems. I have low self-esteem and imposter syndrome, and just, and that's just a few of the problems. Trust me, it's like there's plenty. But one of the key things is we want to try to make ourselves, not me, because it's like I try to talk basic because I am. But I'm not pumpkin spice latte basic, but it's enough. So what I like to do though is I like to tell people and stuff. It's like telling me things in big words will not impress me. Telling me things in a way that I can understand how smart you are will impress me. Okay, that's awesome. So instead of trying to, because I've been to some hacker conferences and security conferences where they are talking about 0 days and the NOP sleds and the buffer overflows and calculators popped and like, woohoo! It's like, I leave that talk and I'm like, wow, that guy wasted my whole hour of my life I ain't getting back. Because not once did they try to explain it in a way that everybody else could understand it. That's great, your linear math works so well. Is linear math a thing? I'm a high school dropout, I don't know. But it's, that linear math, saying school kids. But it's like, but that linear math is important. Whatever. If I don't understand it, you're wasting my time. If you can't explain why this vulnerability matters and why it needs to be fixed, you're wasting your client's time. You have to be able to talk the way they can understand. Please take a picture of this slide. It's like, hopefully you didn't record the video thing, but it's like, take a picture of this slide because this is how you should be talking to your employees on the first day of their job. Stop trying to talk to them about security policy. How many people here know how to operate a vehicle? Mostly everybody, I know, it's like, but exactly. I drive a car all the time. I love riding in my car. It's like, I love driving my motorcycle. It's like, I've got the tickets to prove it. It's like, I don't know where the carburetor is. I don't know how to change the oil. It's like, I don't know how to replace whatever doodads. No, does that make me an idiot? No, a lot of other things do. That does not make me an idiot. It does what I want it to do. It does what I need it to do to function. And that's the same thing with the computer. Stop trying to make your employees seem stupid because they don't understand certain things about the computers. Screw that. It does what they need to do. Email, internet, games, and whatever. It gets it done. So start teaching them as equipment. Because any company equipment, a computer in this case then is just like a car. You should never let anyone work on or try to put anything in or take anything from your equipment without having received previous notification. You go into the company parking lot, someone's at your company vehicle, and they got the hood up, and they're trying to say, oh, we're trying to add this new additive part, so that's going to increase your fuel savings and work better with your miles per gallon. And you're going to let them, that's cool? No, you're going to have questions. It's like, that's the same thing with the computer. You don't let just someone plug something in or take something away from it. It's like you should never respond to notes, packages, or emails without taking a moment to ascertain the legitimacy of the sender and the contents. Never interact with suspicious packages that have been sent to you, especially if you weren't expecting on the sender. So anybody here walks out to their car and they find a cardboard box on their top of their hood of their car and scrolled in markers like Bob from Bob in accounting. You're just going to open that up, right? What could go wrong with unmarked box? Yes, exactly. So yes, no, you're going to have questions. Then why do you do that with email? And the most important part is, while you have other responsibilities in carrying out the role you were hired for, you should always remember that maintaining the security of your equipment is one of the major responsibilities you're given on day one, and staying secure is one of the things required for your continued employment. Employees are not going to do extra. It's not called quiet quitting. It's like pay me for my job, right? It's like they are not going to do extra. They're going to do what is required for them to have a paycheck. The problem is you're not making security one of those requirements, so why should they care? When security is an afterthought, it is of no thought to your employees. They need to understand that one of their job responsibilities on day one is security. They are part of your security team. And you need to let your security team know that too. They're not potential threats. They're part of your security. Should I be alarmed? I don't know. Okay, we're good. Man, they are like serious about that time limit. Sheesh. Not like I'm stopping, but I mean, congratulations, you're serious. It's like, so there we go. So that's one of the things I want us to know. We have to keep adapting to whatever our surroundings are. We have to adapt and keep going and find a way through. I'll just speak louder. But there we go. We're now done. Oh, what's the worst that could happen? It's okay. I guess that is actually an actual one. I thought it was like a class change or something. I don't know. Huh? We're good. I don't swim them. We're good. We're good. We're fine. Okay, thank y'all. That's it. I'm done. We're good.
Thank you everyone so much. Let's step out to be safe and check out the conference.